In the early 1900s, millions of Europeans flocked to the United States to find work and experience what would soon become known as the American Dream. When construction began at Dodge, Maine in 1910, it would only encompass a few small buildings, but it would soon explode as Dodge became one of the largest auto manufacturers in the world. Located just outside Detroit, in the then village of Hamtramck, the Polish enclave was soon bursting at the seams with new immigrants. Many of Detroit's new ethnic groups formed distinct communities like the Poles did in Hamtramck. Still, many ethnic groups were dispersed throughout these Eastern European communities without leaving as large a footprint. In the late 1800s, the modern territory of Ukraine was divided between the Austro-Hungarian and Russian empires. Many of the early Ukrainian immigrants to the United States left for economic reasons, as the region faced many hardships. Some fled poverty and political oppression, and some were still reeling from the generational effects of serfdom, as the abolition of serfdom and feudal obligations in the Austro-Hungarian Empire had occurred in 1848 and Russia in 1861. As the wave of industrialization in the 1900s began to rise, Ukrainians found themselves in population centers, like Detroit, to work in factories, hoping to catch the rising tide alongside other immigrant groups. A sizable Ukrainian population settled on the north side of Hamtramck and nearby in Detroit, which nearly surrounds the enclave, to work in the nearby plants, and many found jobs at Dodge, Maine, which continued to expand. The Ukrainian Workers' Home, or Ukrainsky Dym Association, was founded in 1916, and this structure was built to house it in the 1930s. Technically located in Detroit, the organization was the center of Ukrainian life in the area for decades. It was home to community events, boxing showcases, conventions, banquets, and special meetings. Ukrainians were active community members in Hamtramck and Detroit, publishing newspapers and magazines, organizing social clubs and religious groups, and becoming active in labor and political organizations. Most of the Ukrainian population in Hamtramck was located just south of the structure, anchored by Immaculate Conception Ukrainian Catholic Church, which was designed by Herman and Simmons and opened in 1941. During World War II, Ukrainians in their homeland were caught between the Nazis and the Soviets, while thousands of Ukrainian Americans and Canadians enlisted to fight against the Axis powers. Post-war, even more Ukrainians flooded into Hamtramck and Detroit, bolstering numbers of the Ukrainian businesses and the Ukrainian Workers' Home, which would become the Ukrainian American Center in 1943.